And to do an update on London Thomas, the 17-year-old girl that was found in a white SUV van that was parked in a driveway for 2 weeks. The two people that was arrested was Jaylin Pendergrass, which is the boyfriend. He was charged with something that had nothing to do with London, but it was something that happened in his past. He do have a bond, and he's able to get out on bond. I will share that video with you. Then the other person that was also arrested was his mother, Charla Pendergrass. She was arrested for lying to a police officer. Some people are saying that the lie she told was that either London never came into the house that day she was dropped off, or she did come, but she left, and she was alive and fine when she left the house. So somewhere in there, they're saying that she told a lie to the police officer. And I'll also share her video.
He would have to go to Oakland County for the tether. Is that correct?
Sergeant Booty?
Yes, that is correct. Shortly after this arraignment, he'll be transported to Oakland County Jail, that's where he can post the bond and receive the GPS tether from their tether unit. Yes, you are correct, sir.
Okay, and that since it's Sunday, will he get that today, or if you know?
That is a possibility. I have seen it issued before. I do believe they work with a third-party contractor on the tether.
Okay.
I do believe I could be wrong and mistaken on that. So I do think there's a possibility he could receive it on a Sunday.
Okay. Thank you both. Thank you, Sergeant. Nothing else, Your Honor. I appreciate it. You and your staff, and Sergeant Booty, have a great day.
Thank you,
Mr. Johnson. Good luck, Mr. Pendergrass. Thank you, Sergeant.
And Your Honor, I'll email something to Mr. Grossman in the next 5 minutes or so, my appearance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Come with me.
Please be seated. Okay, thanks.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Do you need a minute, or are we ready to go?
I think we're ready.
All right, let's do it.
Do we have a prosecutor or no?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, just want to make sure everybody can hear everybody. We're on the record in case number 25-1068 FY People versus Charla Pendergrass.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I am 75788
And good afternoon, Your Honor. For the record, Kerry Johnson, P70773, on behalf of Ms. Charla Pendergrass, who is present and seated in the jury box.
All right. With regard to the charges, counsel, do you wish the court to read on the record what the charges are?
I have not seen them, Your Honor, and if the court would like, I can approach and glance at them, or whatever the court's pleasure is.
I'll read.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's alleged between the dates of April 5th, 2025 and April 24th, 2025 in the city of Inkster in count one, that the defendant is being charged with one count of lying to a police officer in a violent crime investigation. It's alleged that after being informed by Agent Christopher Steigel, Federal Bureau of Investigation, that the officer was conducting a criminal investigation, that the defendant did knowingly and willfully make a statement or statements to the office that she knew were false or misleading regarding the following material fact or facts relating to the investigation that London Thomas left 27262 Carlisle, Inkster, Michigan at 7 a.m. on April 5th, 2025 on foot through the front door, alive and well, and the officer was conducting a criminal investigation for kidnapping/homicide. That's a felony punishable by up to 4 years in prison and or a $5,000 fine. That concludes the reading of the charges.
Thank you, Your Honor. With that being said, we will enter a plea of not guilty before this honorable court.
The court will enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of the defendant as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is a lifelong resident, actually, of Wayne County, born and raised here in the city of Inkster. She is not a flight risk. her family still lives here. Her grandmother and grandfather, who are residents of the city of Inkster, would be asking for some type of personal bond in this matter, Your Honor, with the standard conditions.
All right. On behalf of the people.
So as you can see, these two people was not charged with anything that had to do with the deletion of London Thomas. And so there's a lot of unanswered questions that are still out there that needs to be answered. And I understand a lot of time with the detectives, they don't want to tell you what they know because they don't want to mess up their investigation. Because it's like, one, did she actually go into the household that day when she was dropped off? And I'm understanding she was dropped off by her sister. Did she actually go into the house? If she did, what happened while she was in the house? Because they never even stated how she actually lost her life. They didn't say what happened. When they found her in the SUV that was parked for 2 weeks in the driveway, it stated that her body had started decomposing. So they had to identify her with her dental records. So, and that's another thing that I kind of question, because if a SUV is parked in your driveway, you don't know who SUV it is, you don't know how it got there, and it's just there day after day after day until it's 2 weeks. And if a body is decaying, that is a very strong odor that's going to come out of the SUV. But no one reported, they're smelling a strange odor in this SUV that's sitting out there. No one thought to call the police and say, I'm not sure who SUV this is, and I don't know if someone abandoned it. Could you run the plates? Could you find out? Then another question is, who SUV is it? Because they would have to run the plates, get all the information from the SUV to find out who SUV it is. And if it was stolen or missing, did someone report it stolen or missing? And, who actually drove the SUV from, wherever they got London from to where they brought her, where they dropped the SUV off. So it's just still a lot of questions that's out there that needs to be answered. I'm going to show you if I can remember a text message. I think that her auntie was supposed to have posted stating that he, meaning Jaylin, was grooming London for 3 years. And it's like another question I have is like, who actually knew about this relationship, and were they okay with her being in a relationship with him? Because, her sister dropped her off to the house where he was. And then if they had a relationship, did his mother know, and was his mother okay with her son being in a relationship with a minor? So it's just sad all around that this girl had to lose her life, behind, it's like I said, because we don't know exactly how she lost her life, but it's just sad that she's not here. She had her whole life ahead of her. And I'm sure it's a lot of things that she had planned that she wanted to do, that she wanted to accomplish. But unfortunately, she's no longer here. But, I'm going to be looking to see if more information come out. Once I have that information, I will share it with you. I would like to thank you for watching my channel. My name is Delmarshae. Please like, comment, and subscribe.